Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all new episode of the DTI Takeover Show. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Miss Kayla. So, y'all know what I'm here to do. I am here to shine light and spotlight on the dope entrepreneurs out here. I love talking to our entrepreneurs and our business owners who are out here just making a difference and trying to make a difference, within themselves and within their communities. So this young lady I have with me, she is no different. I have Miss Jordana Latozas, owner and founder of Recovery Mobile Clinic. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So before we get into the
hmm
good stuff, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a nurse practitioner, and I came into my graduate program right around 2010, which was right around the time of kind of the opiate crisis not being recognized yet. We were still being told pain is the fifth vital sign. Opiates weren't all that, addictive. So I was kind of, I think, part of the problem. I can hide behind ignorance or not really knowing any better at that time, or that was the knowledge we were given. But the reality is there was a lot of damage done. The Recovery Mobile Clinic was my idea as a result of trying to undo that a little bit, make access to healthcare and make access to substance use disorders more feasible for patients. And it's kind of a funny story. My husband, who's the co-founder, and we were hanging out with some friends. He sells RVs for a living, and so did these friends. And I was just kind of lamenting about, my frustrations at work and how my patients were falling through the cracks. And he jokingly said, "Well, why don't we put it in an RV?" And I said, "Why don't we put it in our?"
Right.
And that's where the entrepreneurial, journey kind of started. Just kind of taking a clinic idea that was my own. We made it, we tweaked it, put it in an RV, and we literally are trailblazing as we go. There aren't a lot of addiction clinics out there. So the Recovery Mobile Clinic is unique, but it's been very successful so far.
That is great. So are you in one of your mobile clinics right
I
now?
am. This is our second one, actually. This is a Winnebago. So right now I'm sitting at kind of the table, which is like our intake area. But if you don't mind coming back with me to the clinic, we'll walk down the hallway a little bit. And this
Wow.
is the clinic area that we've rehabbed. So this was actually a traditional RV. So it had, a queen size bed in here and kind of a normal RV, but we turned it into the
Wow. It is
and
like a legit clinic.
it is, yes. Yet it's still homey, right? So we kind of bridge the gap between it being clinical, which is, it's clean, it's nice, and people feel comfortable in here, but it's not so clinical that they feel sterile or, kind of under the microscope, right? So they kind of come in and they
Yeah.
relax.
Okay. So Jordana, like what all do you guys offer in your clinic?
So we think of us as a bridge between a primary care, a psychiatrist, and an urgent care all in one. The goal of this clinic is not to be a primary care doctor, right? We don't want to be their forever provider. What we
Mhm.
do is we take these clinics to homeless shelters and to transitional houses and to community sites, and we meet with the people that have already kind of fallen through the cracks, right?
Okay.
Due to substance use or due to homelessness or due to being incarcerated and just getting released or being I don't know, just displaced in some way. And a
Mhm.
lot of them don't trust the healthcare system. They've been burnt. They feel like they've been shunted or not listened to or kind of thrown in the corner. So, what we're there doing is trying to reestablish that they are not only worth being paid attention to, but that we care and that we are doing everything that we can to help get them supported, right? So, what
Mhm.
we're trying to do is reestablish their trust in the healthcare system. Now, that means that sometimes what we're doing is we're bridging, what I say, bridging the gap. So we want to get them referred into their primary care doc, but in the meantime, we're going to control their high blood pressure or their diabetes or
Mm.
get them on their, bridge their psychiatric medications until they can get into a psychiatrist. Sometimes that can take a couple months. And in
Mm-hmm.
the meantime, we need to have them have resources to be stable outside of just going to an ER, right? So that's what we're trying to do is kind of normalize that routine and bridge those services. Now we also do STD screens. We treat for hepatitis C, which is a very big one, as well as other STDs, syphilis and gonorrhea, chlamydia, all those kind of ones. And then we also do referrals to higher level of care. Sometimes people come in here and they need, a root canal.
Yeah.
Why do root canals, right? I can give them an antibiotic. I can give them a little steroid to keep pain down, maybe a little lidocaine to kind of numb it. And then we refer them to a dentist. Now, this is where I say the secret sauce comes in. We have a case management team that
Mm-hmm.
is stellar. And these guys are the ones that kind of hold their hand, right? Help them find that dentist,
Mm-hmm.
help them find transportation to the dentist,
Mm-hmm.
give them that phone call, the day before. Hey, remember you got the dentist appointment coming up. You're going to go, right? And then just kind of give them that extra level of support. So again, someone's listening, someone's paying attention, someone cares, and then they start to pay attention to themselves again as well. So it's an all around service.
I love that. So now, so do you offer, so do you have a psychiatrist on board?
We have a psychiatric NP, and we
Okay.
all are nurse practitioners in, that have experience in basic psychiatric medicine. But
Okay.
for as far as referring to those higher levels, again, we still want them in a psychiatrist practice, but
Okay.
there's not enough of them, right? So
Right.
we need to kind of bridge the gap. So whether that's starting a new medication, just as if it was a new patient walking in, or maybe we're coordinating with a previous provider they saw 2 years ago, and we're just
Mm-hmm.
what were they on 2 years ago, calling their most recent pharmacy to get their most recent med list, anything like that, to just try to keep it as consistent as possible, but make sure the patient is supported.
Got you. Got you. Ooh, you guys are doing a lot, but such an awesome job. So where all do you travel to?
So this one right now is in Wixom. That's where kind of our what we call our lovingly call our station. So that's in Oakland County. But we have a clinic 5 days a week in Detroit. We
Okay.
are in, so Pontiac was just in Oakland County, but then we also go to Wayne County, Macomb County, Monroe County, Ingham County, which is Lansing area, and we are just recently into Genesee. So we're starting to go into Flint.
Ooh, going. I said Flint. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, you're pretty much kind of covering a good range there.
Southeast Michigan moving into Central. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So
Mhm.
now when you guys set up at a particular like homeless shelter or a particular location?
Well, that's where it gets fun. So everyone's different,
Okay.
right? Now, we're a mobile clinic, so we can't just roll into a Walmart parking lot and set up shop and just say, "Hey,
Right.
we're here," right? We have to kind of go through kind of the legal aspect of
Yeah.
it. But when we do that, what we are able to do is set like a specific day and time that we're going to be there every single week.
Okay.
So while a lot of mobile clinics are, associated with community centers or health departments, and then they do these like pop-up clinics that are really great, massive healthcare screening, massive vaccine event,
Mhm.
whatever it is, but they're there for like one day and then
Yeah.
they're right, and then they don't come back. So it doesn't give the patients kind of that ability to follow through or follow up, right?
Right.
When we set up our partnerships with the shelters or the transitional houses, it's every week, same day, same time, same place.
Okay.
So it's a weekly routine follow-up. So every Monday at 12 o'clock, they know they can find me at the ARC. They know they've got one in Monroe. They know they've got one in uh, Wayne, right? So we have 3 sites running every single Monday. People have options of where to go, right? And that schedule changes every day, but every week is exactly the same. So we have that consistency, which is key.
That consistency. Yep. Yep. So that
Now,
person can get that consistency and say, okay, I'm expecting them to be there this day and this time.
and I can depend on them
And I
to
can
be there
depend
at
on
this
them to
day
be
and this
there
time. Yep.
this day in this time.
Mhm.
That's dope. That is so dope. So what is the future? Where do you see yourself in Recovery Mobile Clinic 5 years from now?
Well, we just bought another one, so we are rehabbing a third one.
Okay.
We are actually in the baby steps of massive expansion. So What we're looking at doing is replicating this model so that a nurse practitioner anywhere in the US who wants to own and operate her own clinic will be able to replicate this model, and
Oh,
we
wow.
can show her how to do it. Now, nurse practitioners are kind of on a tipping point. I'm not sure if you've ever talked to any other nurse practitioners before, but
Mm-hmm.
the buzzword in our community is what we call full practice authority.
Okay.
Nurses able to own and operate their own clinics outside of having a physician oversight. So for the first time ever, nurses are going, I can do this. I was never taught how, right?
Yeah.
So, can somebody help me figure this out? So if we can give them a model and a way to do it without it being like super heavy on the overhead side, then
Mm-hmm.
this is very feasible, right? So that's what we're looking at doing. So I'm hoping that in 5 years, we have 5, you know, affiliates or chapters, right? 5, brave NPs that want to do what we're doing, which is get nurses back out into the community and engage
Yeah.
with patients where they feel comfortable, and then slowly bring them back into the fold into traditional medicine and give them the higher level of support.
I like that. I like that. So do you see yourself expanding to, I don't know, different states,
I hope
different
so.
areas?
I, I joke that I'll allow myself to retire when I have one of these in every lower 48.
Hey, that's a good plan.
It's my
That's
plan.
that's solid. That's definitely solid. I like that.
Mhm.
I like that. So, do you all have anything else coming up with Recovery Mobile Clinic?
We have a couple big events that are going to be a lot of fun. The first one is actually it's a fundraising event. It's at the Eagles Club. It's on April 13th. It's a Saturday. And it is a battle of the bands, which is a lot of fun, right?
Mhm.
So it's at the Eagles Club in Warren. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. But the real big one that I wanted to talk about is the View Fest at the Detroit Zoo.
Okay.
And I really want to invite everybody to come to it. What it is a Guinness Book of World Records event where we are trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest Narcan training, right?
Okay.
It'll be a lot
Okay.
of fun. And it's at the zoo, and it's
It
a
is at
free
the
day at
zoo.
the zoo. So, you do a 30-minute Narcan training, get a day at the zoo, and you've participated in a Guinness Book of World Records breaking event. And I just think that's going to be so much fun. It's July 13th. It's a Sunday, and it'll be just a really cool, engaging community event that we're super excited about.
You gotta explain the training a little bit, just for the listeners. What exactly is Narcan training?
So Narcan is a spray. It's a nasal spray that actually offloads what if opiates in your system. So it is a life-saving treatment. So if you think somebody's overdosing or is unresponsive and you don't know if they've taken anything, Narcan can potentially give them time and knocks the opiates off of their brain and gets their breathing going back again. So it's a nasal spray. If you give me 1 second. I wasn't prepared for that. It looks like this. And you put it
Okay.
in your nose and you
Okay.
spray, and that's it. What's nice about Narcan is that you can't hurt somebody with it. So if you see an unresponsive person and
Mhm.
you don't know you can't wake them up, you don't know if they had a heart attack, if they choked, if
This is
they
so
fell
funny.
down and hit their head, or if they overdosed, try
Mhm.
it because you might
Just
be able
like
to
this.
save their life,
And you
right?
know what?
This could go for a grandmother that maybe took too many pain medicines, or a child that got into grandma's pain meds, right? Or any opiate overdose or any type of situation to try to use it.
Got you. Okay. Jordana, can you let everyone know how they can follow you on your social?
Yes. So we are on Facebook with Recovery Mobile Clinic. Are you there? And we are also on LinkedIn at Recovery Mobile Clinic. Our YouTube channel also, can you guess? Recovery Mobile Clinic. And then we are on LinkedIn as well with the Recovery Mobile Clinic. So if you would like to like and share, oh, and TikTok, we are doing TikTok videos. So a great way of just kind of participating and sharing awareness is liking and sharing on Facebook, and it helps get us awareness out there. And then you can, kind of hear about all the other upcoming events that we have going in the area.
All right, y'all heard it here on first on Total Entertainment Radio. Thank you, Jordana, for being a guest with us on today's day. For today, I'm sorry. Make sure you guys check out the Recovery Mobile Clinic. Definitely check out the event that's going to happen on July 13th. And you said the events will be posted on your page.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, y'all heard it here first on Total Entertainment
Wait a
Radio.
minute. You can remember
I'm
what you
Kayla
said?
from Total Entertainment Radio. Make sure y'all continue to follow Total Entertainment Radio on Facebook and on Instagram. Until next time, back everybody, I'm signing out. Peace. Thank you.